Thanks for sticking by. This is our fourth video
And
of the Modernism project, and we will talk about the characteristics of breakfast and the Modernism writing period.
First of all, you see imagery throughout this piece of literature. And the first quote that we have is, "I find myself recalling it again and again, each time bringing more detail out of a sunken memory." This is in the very beginning of Breakfast, and it's talking about how John Steinbeck is looking back upon his memory, and he's catching an image in time in his past where he remembers more and more vividly every time he thinks about it. And this is very common of the Imagist movement of Modernism period, so this classifies it as what he is often seen having. And throughout the piece, there's also imagery that is used, a lot of descriptive words, as in the sunrise in the morning and the mountains behind them,
and also about the coldness of the morning and how it affects him. Like talks about him being really cold, but not cold enough that he's freezing. Just cold enough that he rubs his hands together and he's sticking them in his pockets trying to stay warm, and he's shuffling around. And also after imagery, we also have symbolism that also pairs along with imagery. And our next quote that simplifies symbolism: "The girls spoke from the stove. They even got new clothes. The two men looked down at their new dungarees, overalls, and they both smiled a little." This symbolism of the dungarees being new symbolizes that these men are poor, but yet it symbolizes hope, that even through a lot of work and a lot of labor, they can still get new things and they can still trek on. Again, this story is shown through the Great Depression, where people don't have money, and in the story, as they're sharing a lot of things with a stranger, they look at their new dungarees, and it's kind of a wake-up call, saying that they just need to keep going forward, and they will get rewards out of this, and their lives will improve gradually but slowly as they just continue to work. So.
And this also characterizes modernism because of the disillusionment that's also seen throughout it. And even though it's not as obvious because it seems like a more happy story, it's still apparent because they're in this condition where they are poor and this family doesn't have very much. And since it is harvesting season for cotton, they have a little bit more, and they get to share that with a stranger. And John Steinbeck really, he put a lot of unique characteristics of modernism through here in the imagery and the symbolism used throughout.